guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Miranda. I teach about everything related to the trucking industry and how to navigate it. If you're interested in this topic, feel free to subscribe and push that bell button down below. Guys, no matter how many market videos I release, there are always follow-up questions, and the two most common ones are: number one, are we living in the new normal for the trucking industry? And number two, if not, then when will the trucking industry return to normal? So today we are going to be discussing just that. Ready? Let's go. So my first question is, what do you mean when you say a normal trucking market?
Normal is when we, the carriers, actually get to make some money.
Well, if that is your answer, then I'm sorry to say it's too vague. Here's the thing. Many people, especially those that have less than 2 years of experience in this industry, believe that the market should return back to what it was in 2021.
Yes! What?
Unfortunately, 2021 was not normal. Neither was 2020. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. So I made a couple of charts, but before I actually show them to you, I want to make a couple of things clear. We started our original company in 2019, and when we started, it was just the two of us. Me managing and one of my business partners driving. In the beginning of 2022 is when we started expanding and hiring on drivers.
Great time to expand, Miranda.
What can I say? I did not know that the market would turn at that time. Or did the market actually turn? We'll look at that in just a moment. So what I did was I made a quarterly comparison from 2019 to 2022 using the same assumptions as in 2019, 2020, and most of 2021. The assumptions are the following: one reefer truck operated by my business partner and all of the expenses related to the operation of that truck. So there will be no payroll expenses because my business partner does not get paid via payroll. He does owner draws. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, my friends. So this is the first chart I want to show you, and this is the gross income for one truck using those assumptions. Now, these are real numbers. I just deleted out payroll. I deleted out all the expenses related to hiring a driver, but pretty much these are all real numbers. So we're starting from Q3 2019 because we started in October of 2019, all the way through Q3, which is not done yet, of 2022. So gross income, what do you see here? Well, here's from Q4 2020 to Q4 2021. Now, this was an abnormal time. This is why the gross income was so high. But look here, okay, Q1 was also, it kind of fits into that abnormal category, but Q2 and Q3 are no worse than Q2 of 2020 and before then. So this is the first thing I want to show you. Now let's go ahead and look at the average rate per mile with deadhead for one truck, reefer truck. Here we go. We again have Q3 of 2019. If you guys can't see it, here it is, Q3 of 2019, all the way through Q3 2022. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see. Q4 of 2020, all the way through around Q1 of 2022 was abnormal. This is where the trucking industry kind of went crazy. And this is why a lot of people came into the trucking industry. But look at Q2 and Q3 of 2022. Yes, the rate per mile went down since Q2 to Q3, but it's not crazy.
Your numbers must be wrong, because then it makes no sense why the trucking market is such crap.
I will explain what is going on in just a minute, but before I do, I want to take you to the Cass Freight Index for shipments. And this is until August 2022. They did not finish their September one yet, but these are shipments. I mean, okay, so here's 2022, right? Right here. So the black line is adjusted. Here we are. Here's where it is right here. Do you see that? These are the shipments. Now there was a dip in 2020 because of COVID, but the shipments did not really change. It's not like the shipments are down. So The shipments are pretty much the same, so what in the world is going on? If you're thoroughly confused, good. Let me confuse you a little bit more. So this is a chart that I made using the numbers from the US Census Bureau. So what is this chart? Well, this is the total in dollar amounts in millions, the total retail sales including e-commerce. Now, unfortunately, the US Census Bureau only did it until Q2 2022, but let's take a look. What is going on? Why is this going up? Are people buying more? This actually confused me for a minute. I did not understand what is going on. Now, a few things I want to mention is it looks like it made a huge jump, but look at the difference between the two numbers. So that's something to consider, but still it's a jump. So the question is, are consumers purchasing more? Well, not necessarily. Let me take you right here. This is the inflation graph. In the first graph, what I'm showing you is not the total amount of products sold, but the total dollar amount. The thing is, in the trucking industry, we really should care about how many actual products are sold, because the physical products are what goes on our truck, right? This is what is loaded on our truck, and this is what drives those freight volumes up. So the dollar amount doesn't give us that much information. You have to remember inflation, and you can see that inflation has been going up since April of 2021. Just to make this super clear, it's not only that people are buying more, it might not be that they're buying more, but because of inflation, they are spending more on retail goods, including e-commerce. Okay, let's go back to our real numbers for that one truck. So these are the expenses from Q3 2019 all the way until Q3 2022. So as you can see, the expenses did increase. Now this is just one truck. This is not that I'm using the numbers from one truck in 2019 through 2021 and then for a ton of trucks with payroll, etc., etc. No, I'm using one truck using the assumptions from 2019. Look at how much the expenses increased. Now they did decrease a little bit from Q2 to Q3, but the Q3 is not over yet. Now a big portion of this is, of course, fuel. This is fuel for one truck, you guys. Yeah. So in 2019, it was pretty awesome, but look what's going on. In Q3 of 2022, it's completely ridiculous. So this is the reality. Fuel is a very big problem. Now, to make it exceptionally clear, let's look at this graph right here. This is the gross income versus expenses for one truck, using all the same assumptions, right? So the light green is the gross income, the dark green is expenses. So the gross income peaked in the end of 2021 and started kind of going down, whereas the expenses, they are going up. So this is a very big problem. So there are two things I want to say. Number one, 2021 was completely abnormal. The rate per mile there was completely abnormal. The second thing I want to argue is this whole panic about the trucking market going to crap is not because the rate per mile decreased. Here, I'm bringing the rate per mile chart back. It's not that the rate per mile decreased. Of course, it decreased from the abnormal 2021 market, but it didn't decrease from here. It's not crazy low. The problem is that the expenses increased, and therefore those net profits, which is the difference between expenses and gross, is dwindling away. So what is really abnormal in this market? Well, inflation, cost of fuel, and so on and so forth. Basically, the expenses are extremely abnormal. Now, of course, the rate per mile could have been higher if not for the influx of new carriers hoping to get a piece of that 2021 market. Now there's an oversaturation of trucks in the market, so the rate per mile is getting pushed down more than it would have been if the amount of trucks stayed the same as in 2021. But the reality of the current market, it's all in the expenses. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video insightful or helpful, and I want to leave you with one thing. The best thing you can do right now is to manage your expenses. This will be the difference between staying afloat and drowning. Anyway, wishing you guys an amazing rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all in the next video.